In a national display of support and unity, volunteers from various communities across Grenada, along with numerous NGO groups, turned out in large numbers to participate in the cleanup drive in St. Patrick East and West. The Government Information Service covered the event over the weekend, and Abigail McIntyre filed this report.
A call was issued for citizens to come out and assist the efforts of government in clearing up roadways, collecting waste, and bringing some relief to residents in the St. Patrick and St. Mark areas. This call was answered as dozens of volunteers gathered at the Sauters bus terminus to await instructions for the cleanup drive. It was jointly organized by the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, the Ministries of Climate Resilience and Infrastructural Development, the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, and NADMA. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Mrs. Nicole Clark Gully, headed the activities in St. Patrick, ensuring volunteers were placed in groups and given the necessary tools for the job.
We would have done the division by the St. Patrick East and St. Patrick West. So that's how we put the persons in teams based on the information we received from the constituency offices and plus persons who are on the ground assessing the damage. So they would have given us the names of the villages that are devastated and need most attention, and here we are. We would have divided the who are here into teams, and they are out now in these different villages starting to do the cleanup.
Honorable Joseph Andel, parliamentary representative for St. Patrick West, thanked all who came out to support the cleanup initiative in his constituency, where farm roads as well as main roads were cleared up by the volunteer teams.
We still have a lot more clearing up to do. So far I've been to 2 farm roads, and very often it is easy to forget the farmers and their plight. We tend to concentrate on buildings because obviously that's where we live and for the most part work. But we have to concentrate also on the agricultural sector. That is what feeds us, provides an income for thousands of Grenadians. So I went first to the village of Redmud, and we concentrated on clearing up some blocked roads where several trees had fallen during the storm. And from there proceeded up to Peggy's in Upper Hermitage. We still have a portion of the road that is not motorable, but we are hopeful that by the time we finish with this exercise, the whole of the Peggy's road will be passable.
Parliamentary representative for St. Patrick East, the Honorable Dennis Conwal, was heartened by the show of support and says it's the first of many more to come.
I think the cleanup has to be continued. I mean, today we have a David National Cleanup Day for Grenada and St. Patrick in particular. We're also looking at St. Mark's and other areas that are surrounded that may have debris on the ground and so on. But as we know, we cannot stop cleaning. We have to continue cleaning our country. That should be part of our civic duty as we go forward and so on. We want to inculcate in people that cleanup of your environment is the best thing you can do as a civilian in your country.
The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority deployed teams to ensure all waste received were properly separated to be carried to the various collection facilities. Myrna Julian, Communications Manager at the GSWMA, says not all of the waste will be sent to the landfill, but explains how the process will work.
We have huge quantities of green waste, and those would be directed to the Pearls airstrip. Hopefully, as you would be aware, we have sent our wood chipper off to Carriacou yesterday to aid in starting that process there. So once the wood chipper has completed its work in Carriacou, we don't know for how long, we would begin the process of chipping at Pearls. So as that site is a temporary site for the storage of the debris from the northern part of St. George's. Now, in terms of the other waste types, the things like the galvanized alu zinc and the lumber, wood, etc., any form of metal, those would be sent to the Perseverance facility. There are 2 locations assigned for those, so the lumber would go to one location and the galvanized would go to another. So once the metal gets there, Our metal baler is still on island. We do plan to send it off to Carriacou, but it's still on island, so as long as it is here and we are receiving the metal waste, it would be crushed, made into the bales for the purposes of shipping off island.
Saturday's national cleanup drive was supported by other ministers of government, the Honorable Delma Thomas and the Honorable David Andrew.
I am glad that I'm able to be part of this cleanup campaign. I believe the people of St. Patrick and the people of Grenada, they are a resilient people, and so they have come out in their numbers. And what we saw also that is touching, there are people who lost their roof and even lost their whole homes, but they are part of the cleanup campaign, and that speaks a volume of our people and how they're caring even in time of difficulty. So yes, burial came and destroyed. St. Patrick's is messy, but the resilience of the people and the support from across Grenada is tremendous.
I'm happy to report lots of villagers, lots of community persons, not just from St. Patrick East and West, but from all of Grenada coming up to St. Patrick in a show of solidarity with our brothers and sisters who have been affected here on the mainland. And while we do that, we think of our brothers and sisters in Carriacou and Petite Martinique and neighboring islands. But nonetheless, the focus is here today while other relief efforts focus on Carriacou, so not wanting to forget them at all in anything I say. But I was happy to see so many persons from so many different parishes, all the way from St. George and all the other parishes coming up today. That tells me something, and that spirit of community and togetherness that I saw resurging after the independence and in preparation for 50th independence, it's still alive. And I'm happy to see it come out today. With all the persons coming, there's just been an energy wanting to get on. Even when we got off to a little late start, people were like, let's go, I don't want my sweat to dry. People were excited to get out. And that is heartwarming.
Abigail McIntyre for the GIS Evening Report.